What up, my people? This is your boy Venard Scott, the KillaKrane himself. It is December the 27th, 2024 to him. Oh, guys, it has been a great year. It really has. 2024, it has been rough on me. I've learned a lot. Ooh, let me see if I can pull away from here. Excuse the I guess the quality of this video, whatever. I have no idea what's going on. Let me see if I can adjust like the lighting. Is that better for you guys? I don't know. Um, yeah, it's been a crazy year. We've had some celebrity deaths happen this year. We've had a lot of things going on. We had the election. Some people are excited about who just got elected president. Some people aren't. It's going to be interesting next year. Another thing, this podcast has been absolutely wonderful. I appreciate everybody who has been on this podcast, who has been watching my podcast, everybody who has joined my podcast. However, the podcast is still going to go on. However, doing it every week is I just can't do it every week anymore. As you can see, I'm about 20 minutes late doing it today because Fridays is a very hectic day for my family, and they want me to do stuff. Sometimes I have to go to the store. Sometimes I have to make them dinner. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that happens on Friday nights before I can even do this podcast. And a lot of people have told me that they've wanted to join the podcast, but Fridays is a little bit taxing on them. So I've made a decision. I'm no longer doing the podcast every single week. Okay, I'm going to do it sporadically, like an on-demand type thing. Okay, so whenever somebody has a good topic, or I think of a good topic, and I can get some people to join and confirm that people are joining, then I will do the podcast. But as far as like doing it every Friday at 7 p.m., nope, that's not going to happen. I will let you guys know a week ahead of time. Excuse me. Sometimes I might do a pop-in episode, which is just I think of a good topic, and here it is. You guys can join in. But another reason why I'm not doing the podcast every week is because I have a lot of creative content that I am creating. And every time I start to get motivated with it, then this podcast and some other stuff happens. So I got to free up some time. So I will be doing more creative content, and that's what I want you guys to concentrate on, my creative content. Okay. I have the Family Matters thing coming up. And I'm gonna need some voiceover actors. I'm going to do after that, I'm going to do another fan fiction story, how I think a Star Wars and Star Trek crossover movie should go. I'm going to do one of those. The Legend of Gomoroy, I got to finish out that book. I'm going to be doing a read through of that, or might do some voiceovers. I got one for Planet Furball and the Heretic Kitten. I got one for Blackjack and the Beanstalk. I mean, I got a lot of stuff. I got a few other books that I've been wanting to write, but yeah, doing it every week, and even to stop what I'm doing and make promo posters and everything, it's just a little bit taxing. So this podcast will continue on. It's just going to be sporadic and on demand. So if you have a topic that you want me to do live, and as you guys can see, sometimes I have technical issues and I have to, start an hour earlier. You know what I'm saying? I just came from the store. So this gives me a chance to revamp and think about some other stuff that I can do with this podcast. Okay. So I need to just step back for a minute, take a break from it, and reformulate. However, my boy, Lamar Hicks, the L Dog himself, has a podcast. It is called Flavor in Your Ear Podcast. He will be doing his podcast next year. I will more than likely be a guest on that show. I'm going to try my best to be on that show. He has a lot of interesting topics. See, I cover mostly entertainment stuff and stuff that is not really controversial. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But most of my stuff, I want it to be fun. So his stuff is going to be a little bit more controversial and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh my God. How was y'all Christmas? Mine was extremely stressful. My God. It was basically just taking the kids everywhere, buying them stuff, finding this stuff, all kinds of stuff. It was so hectic. I didn't really get a chance to like absorb the Christmas season like I usually do. You know what I'm saying? Like have that magic of the Christmas this year because I had so much to do. And I wanted to make another I guess another post about that, but I will be doing that part of my creative content. Um, a lot of you guys have been saying that, this Christmas, y'all glad it's over. It was hectic. And they wonder why. And a lot of people will say, well, it's just because you're not a kid anymore or whatever. Nope. Well, that's part of it. But I have some reasons for that. If you guys want to talk about that today, we can. However, we're going to get on to the topic at hand because let's see, the first is coming up on, well, the New Year's Eve is Tuesday the 31st, and Wednesday will be the first of the month, and New Year's is coming in. So I'm not going to, and my podcast is every Friday, so this will be the last Friday podcast. And we're going to go over some New Year's advice. Okay. I have plenty of it. Stuff that I've learned this year. My God, I've learned so much. And a lot of y'all might be saying, look, you're 40, you're over 40, and you should have learned that stuff, but we all need constant reminders of stuff. So, let me see. I'm just going to go through some stuff here. I'm gonna type it down. Excuse me, you guys. If you guys have some advice you want to spread as well, please come on in here. Hold on, I gotta type this stuff. Sorry, I didn't. Well, see, this just shows you how busy I was. I didn't even have a chance to stuff this. Okay, so let me start with the first piece of advice. Okay, you're the god of your own universe. Now, back when I was, and I'm going to do a podcast, well, not a podcast, but I'm going to do some creative content explaining my journey here. A while back, I was, not a while, yeah, a good while back, I was a member of the Nation of Islam. And they used to have this saying, or at least the mosque that I was in, they used to say, you're the god of your own universe. And I used to wonder about why they kept saying that. And throughout the years, I found that that saying is more true and true every year. Let me explain, okay? Um, Many of you may know that the Andromeda galaxy and the galaxy we stay in, which is the Milky Way galaxy, are going to collide one day. Okay? It's going to be millions of years from now, so y'all get prepared. You only got millions of years to prepare. So these two galaxies are going to collide. Now, it can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing. Some planets that are orbiting stars may be flung out and become rogue stars and freeze to death. There may be other planets that are foreign. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? Nobody, even the top astrophysicists, couldn't tell you what's going to happen. However, there will be some chaos, and things will not be the same once these two universes collide. Why am I telling you all this? Here's the thing, and this is basically the piece of advice that I have for the next few things. Associating with other people, okay? Now, a lot of people have said, I was doing good, and then I started associating with this person. This person told me that, what I was doing was stupid or it was wrong, and, I felt guilty or I felt embarrassed. We're going to talk about that too. Here's the thing that I found. The best thing in life to do is to create your own universe. Find out what you like, what you don't like. Create that universe and let that person come into your universe. Okay, it's not like you're gonna just don't destroy your own universe because they said it doesn't look like theirs. Okay, be the god of your own universe. Okay, know what you like, know what you don't like. And that's another thing that I've learned. As many of you guys know, I've been divorced. I got divorced about 2 years ago, and a lot of people have been trying to give me dating advice because, the last time I dated before this divorce was, let's just say, a long time ago, over a decade, and so they would give me certain advice about, you know, dressing and the way to talk to women, and I shouldn't do this and that do that. None of that worked, but it's I seem to get a little bit more luck just being myself and doing certain things. This is the reason why, okay, and this goes into my advice. Um, their intentions for dating were different than mine. You know, they might want to go to the club to, to smash some female and, doing all of this stuff like that. Mine was more like, meeting somebody that I can connect with, somebody I can possibly be my friend, possibly have a relationship with, that type of stuff. But a lot of these advice people, I'm not saying they're wrong, okay? The people in the neighborhood around here who's giving me advice, or some people online who give advice about different stuff. And I noticed that their advice was more targeted toward going to the club and smashing some woman that they met the same night. That was just not my thing. You know what I'm saying? So the advice they gave me didn't work because I didn't establish and I was not honest with myself of what I wanted, out of the thing that I was doing. And I remember in the army too, a sergeant of mine told me, he was like, when you join the army, you're going to come across some hard times. Just remember the reason why you joined the army, because that is the reason that's going to keep you going. Okay. So you need to establish and be honest with yourself why you are doing something. Don't let other people tell you that you can't do something for whatever reason that they set forth. You know what I'm saying? Even martial arts, there's different ways. It doesn't have to be about self-defense. It doesn't have to be about going to the UFC. That's what people tell you, oh, that's a stupid art to take. It's worthless because in the UFC, you don't see that. I'm going to do another podcast on that, okay? And even stuff in the UFC may not work in the streets. We're going to have a discussion about that. But the point is, some people just do it because they love the art. Some people, they do it for exercise. Some people will do it just because they watch, like some kids might watch Power Rangers and they want to do some Power Ranger kicking. All that is great reasons. It is reasons for stuff that you like. If the little kids like Power Rangers and want to do some Power Rangers kick, great. It makes them happy. If some grown person just wants to do it for exercise, great. If they just want to do it just to learn the art, great. Okay? Nobody can tell you that you're wrong for doing something that makes you happy unless it intrudes on the other person. You know what I'm saying? So just let people do what they want to as long as it's not hurting another person. Um I think that's just about it about this piece of advice. Let me see what else. You guys, please join in. Give me a comment because I have a whole list of them here. Okay, so be honest about why you're doing something. Oh, let me do this one. I'm typing them. I'm typing. All right. Here's another piece of advice. Don't wait for perfection. Guys, I have a lot of you on my timeline, which I am going to help you guys the best way I can. 2025, part of it is going to be about collaboration. Okay, don't wait for perfection. A lot of y'all want to write books, y'all want to do short films, y'all want to do just anything. Okay, go for it. Go for it. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to. A lot of people will say, "Well, you when you write a book, first thing you're supposed to do, you're supposed to have all these, criterias met, and you have to flesh out your characters, and once you get it done, you have to get beta readers, and 16 different types of beta readers, one for the sensitivity, one for the blah 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 and all this. And then once you do that, you have to spend thousands of dollars on the website, and thousands of dollars on cover art, and thousands of dollars on this, and then you have to advertise afterwards, and then you'll have a book. No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay. If you like writing and you have an idea for a story, do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't do any research, but sometimes you just got to do this for you. You know what I'm saying? And things like writing or whatever you want to create, it takes practice. Just do it. Like Nike said, just do it. You can learn around the way. Okay, and stop waiting for likes and all that stuff. All this where I haven't gone viral yet or whatever. If you look at the people who get viral, I hate the stereotype, but a lot of them are young, cute females. Okay, and they get likes just because they're cute. Okay, a lot of them, some of them are talented, some of them are very funny. However, don't compare yourself to them. Okay, always improve. Okay, but sometimes you just got to do your stuff because you love it. And another thing about that too, I've seen a lot of people who have not done stuff professionally. They don't have the most professional camera, don't have the professional microphone. They just get up and they do some stuff, and they have a good idea, and they do it, and they've went viral before. Not saying that should be your end game. Let me see. And something else I wanted to add to that. Going viral. Yeah, just get out. Do as much research as you can, but just get some stuff done, guys. Okay. Oh, here's another thing. There are so many ideas I had for stuff in the past, and I never got them done because people said it was stupid. Now I see nowadays that people have made millions off of these ideas. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to sound like what's his name? What's the guy, the rock and roll? He say he invented rock and roll, flamboyant guy. What's his name? Little Richard. And he was like, I invented that. The people make fun of him. This thing, I invented that. But I had an idea, back in the day in the 90s about, I had watched that, what was that show? Reboot. It was a Saturday morning cartoon, the first CG one. And I had an idea about I think it was the villain's name was Megabyte, and he got out into the real world, and he convinced some human beings to get inside the computers, and he controlled them and made their lives perfect. And the main protagonist, the hero, he had to get them out of these humans, out of the computer, and disconnect them from that. And he learned new fighting abilities. And I often thought about making a movie about that, and I was discouraged from doing it. And then The Matrix came out, and I was like, my God, I had that idea a long freaking time ago. And there's other ideas I had for movies and TV shows that I was just talked out of, or saying, well, in order to get this created, you need to do this and this and that and that. Nowadays, you can self-publish all you want to, guys. Get the idea out there first. It doesn't have to be perfect. The way a copyright goes is that many people don't know this. You don't have to send it off to the Copyright Office in Washington, D.C. to get a copyright. Technically speaking, if you take a piece of paper, notebook paper, write down an idea, write down a story, and you can prove, let's just say you recorded it or whatever, or you scanned it on the computer and you send it off to a bunch of people, you own the copyright to that story, okay? Or if you draw a picture, I don't care if it's a circle with a line through it, you own the copyright to that picture. So if somebody does a copy and paste and takes it everywhere and makes $1 million, you know how these weird people are saying, oh, this is art. Here's a banana and I taped it to the wall. It's art and made millions. Let's just say if some nut says that your piece of paper, your notebook piece of paper with the circle and the line through it is art and it made millions. And this person is making millions off of you. You can show that you own the copyright. Even though it's just a piece of paper with a line through it. You know what I'm saying? Just because you scanned it on the computer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to submit it through the Washington, D.C. office. So, what I'm saying, guys, if you have an idea for a movie or a TV show or just anything or an invention, just get the idea, flesh it out as much as you can, and submit it. Okay. I would love to see you guys uh, um, be successful. Okay. I would like to say that I helped with that. By the way, a little bit off this subject. I think it's the Powerball. It's up to $1 billion right now. 1 billion. Okay. Um, Go online. I would not suggest going to the gas station or whatever and getting your lottery tickets because you have to sign that thing. You have to keep up for it. It could get tore up. You can get lost. Go online. I'm in Georgia, so you can go through the Georgia Lottery website, buy you a lottery ticket. It's through the I Hope. I think you have to make an account with the I Hope people. But the advantage of that is, in a lot of states, if you win, you do not have to tell anybody that you won. You know what I'm saying? I think here in Georgia, you can look it up. I think it's anything over $250,000. In Mississippi has the lottery. A lot of y'all in Mississippi, there's no limit. I don't care if you won $500. Mississippi, they don't have to disclose that you won. Okay. So if you want to keep it a secret, you can. However, a lot of these gas stations, they don't give a crap. They care more about your money, and they know some people are superstitious. So they'll be like, "Hey, the winner of the $1 billion lottery was at my gas station. Look, I have the video footage and all this. So come to my gas station. I have the luckiest gas station." They don't give a crap about you. Okay. And that's a piece of advice I'll give you guys. If you win the lottery, please don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. Okay, let it be let me see. Let me put up here. I'll put it up here. Okay, there we go. So that's what I'm talking about right now. Lottery advice. Okay. Do not tell anybody that you won this damn lottery. Okay. You will have everybody, you have kin folks that you ain't met. Hey, cuz, and calling you. How you doing, cuz? Oh, I ain't doing too good. Somebody chopped off my brain and half my arm. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You're gonna get a lot of them people. Do not tell nobody you won the lottery. Let it be. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, that's my text message. Don't tell nobody that you won. Don't be stupid. You're gonna have people robbing you. They'll probably kidnap your kids. It's all kinds of stuff. Everybody gonna be coming after you saying you owe them money. You're gonna turn your heaven into a hell if you get out there. Ooh, I won the $1 billion. Don't be stupid. Okay. And take that money and spend it a little bit at a time. Don't go out there and get a full story house and all kinds of stuff after you won. Okay. Uh, I hate to say this, but I guess if it's some kin folks that you can trust, but you can't control who they tell it to. So let's just say if you won the $1 billion lottery and after taxes and stuff and payoff, you get 400, 500 million, and you want to give them $1 million a piece. You know what I'm saying? You got cousins and stuff. Ain't no telling, because they may not tell anybody, but if you give them $1 million, then they'll spend it all at once. And they'll be like, hey, where you get all this money from? And they're going to say that, hey, I got it from my cousin who won the lottery. So they get robbed and they get pressure on them. And then they tell that your cousin gave you the money and you're going to get robbed. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, please don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. Do not tell anybody that you won the lottery. I cannot stress this enough. Okay. So, I'm just giving out advice here. I'm looking at some other ones that I got right here. If you have some advice for that you want to spread to other people or want to join, the link is in the description. So, I'm just going. I talked about being honest about the reason why you want to do something. You don't have to be perfect. Um, Lottery advice. Um, let's see. Oh, let me talk about this one. Don't be so. Hold on. Oh, all right. Don't be so willing to gain to lose yourself. I'm gonna talk about that right quick, guys. Um, we all want stuff, okay? And you have to balance out. You're going to lose something. There's no way you can gain something without losing something else. So please balance that out, but don't ever lose yourself, okay? Um, they talk about that with the P Diddy thing, and the whole scenario of getting in Hollywood, and you have to do certain things which you normally wouldn't do. I don't have to go into description on this, okay? And a lot of people felt bad about themselves and still feel bad that they had to do certain things to get where they're at. Well, they had to lose themselves. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, sometimes you can't get yourself back. Okay. So don't be so quick to, let me see. What other example can I use? The Hollywood thing, of course, with relationships too. Um, this person might be in love with another person, and they're like, well, I do anything for this person. And a lot of times they'll do some stuff or say, I don't care what I have to do. I don't care if it's giving up everything. I just want that person. Don't give up who you are, because they might have other intentions. Even if they get with you, they might be cheating on you steadily. They might be, I don't know, just doing all kind of stuff. They might be making fun of you, like he might be treating them with dignity and respect, and they going on social media, look, this mofo right here, he up here simping and all this. Yes, some people don't respect when people treat them with respect, because they weren't raised right. Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna talk about that one. Hold on. Let me talk about this. Let me write this down. Hold on. Cautious. I know I should have wrote these down before, but like I said, I've had so much stuff to do, and I wasn't able to do this ahead of time. Just hold on, y'all. All right, here it is. Be cautious of grown people who still haven't grown up, still ghetto and ignorant and unprofessional. Y'all, the people who I went to school with are in their 40s. Some of y'all watching are in your 30s or whatever. If you are an adult, okay, stop trying to act like or mimic. That's one first thing. Stop trying to be hip. Stop trying to be like these young folks. Okay. As grown people, we supposed to be telling the kids how to act. They're not supposed to tell us how to act. Okay. We supposed to be giving them advice. I'm not saying we can't learn from young folks. You know what I'm saying? We can learn from each other. But a lot of people, it kind of feels like, they want their identity to be accepted, and they want to be accepted by the young folks. You have more advice about stuff than you think being grown. Okay. So y'all need to grow up. Okay. And a lot of times when it comes to these grown people, it gets to a point where, you thinking aggression is the solution for everything. No, at 30, 40 years of your life, you should learn some type of conflict resolution. Okay. As my mama used to say, there is a professional way that you can tell somebody to kiss your ass. Okay. You don't have to keep. I can't stand it when I hear somebody talking about somebody said something to me on the phone or at this place, and they say something out of pocket, so I had to cuss them motherfuckers out and all that. Are you grown? God, that I'm not impressed by that. Okay, I'm impressed by you handling it cool, calm, and collective. And yes, I get a little heated from time to time. And I'm still kind of ashamed of myself. I don't know if you guys watched that episode where I was with the Sakari Warriors and we was discussing the existence of God. And one of them got there and he was very aggressive. I put it this way. And it kind of caught me out pocket. And I will say this is not an excuse, but that day was real hectic too, which was another reason why I had to stop doing live podcasts because it was raining that day. I had to take my daughter to the doctor and to the emergency room. And, they were constantly messaging me and, while I was in the emergency room, hey, if we're gonna be on the podcast, why don't we do it on my thing and we can do a screenshot? I was like, I don't know how to do all that. I got stuff going on, and they kept pressuring me, and I was trying to be nice, and so I eventually was like, well, let me be respectful of my guest and stuff like that. And so it was very stressful, and I held my composure for as long as I could. But in the end, I even got kind of out of pocket at the end. And to be honest, I'm kind of ashamed of myself for not continuing to be professional. Even though it was talking about religion. And I used to always watch this one show on YouTube. It's called The Atheist Experience. And on there, there are a lot of atheist shows where they are very professional. But on that show, they're always cursing people out at the end, and they think it's just like the end thing. And I was like, if I did a show like that on podcast, I'd never be like that. But I end up being like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that was professional. You know what I'm saying? It did nobody no good. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I said all that to say this: I'm trying to grow. And I know I'm not perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying my best to be perfect. But if you're in your 30s and 40s and still going around talking about I cuss a motherfucker out and all that stuff, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Okay? Grow the hell up. God dog. This is not the stage where you cuss people out. I can see you hanging up on them or something like that. Fine. Okay. Sometimes you do need to step back, get away from it, and reassess yourself and compose yourself you know, and just I come from the ghetto. I don't care. You're not in the ghetto anymore. You know what I'm saying? And if you still stay in the ghetto and acting like you're from the ghetto, well, stay away from me because I ain't in the ghetto, and I don't desire to act like that. You don't impress me by acting all ignorant and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I'm really going to stay away from. You know what I'm saying? Like even when I'm dating, if I'm dating a woman, I'm the baddest B word. Stay away from me. I don't care how you look with your, chest all hanging out and, got the little shorts showing a little bit of your butt. That stuff ain't intriguing. I'm trying to find somebody of some substance. Even with friends, I'm trying to find friends of substance. Okay. So, and that's another thing too. If I'm, how can I put this? I've had people in the past who I've wanted to work with, even like people who I've done background acting with before, and they act like they're my friends. And I was like, okay, well, we're finna get this thing together or whatever. And I say, okay, this production, there's pre-production, there's the actual production, and then there's editing afterwards. I'm gonna need you to follow this schedule. I'm gonna need you to sign these waivers and consent forms and all that. Don't be like, hey, I thought you was my boy. And no, 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 no. Most of them I haven't known them for about a month, doing background acting with. And they don't, if you can't be professional enough to do that, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't think I need to work with you. If you can't sign a piece of paper, come on now. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, there's a lot of liability when it comes to this stuff. And I waste a lot of time and money and effort when people don't follow. If I give you the opportunity, you be like, hey, that sounds like fun. Can I be a part of it? Yes, you can. but you have to follow according to the rules and regulations that I put forth. Okay. And even with the Legend of Gomorrah, I remember that. Oh my God, it's a lot of money that I wasted. A lot of scheduling conflicts. It's a lot that I should have been prepared for. That was a big learning experience, and I still did 3 episodes of that. And that's why I switched to just writing the book, because dealing with actual people, they don't want to act right. They just I'm not giving out any names or anything, but it would have been a lot better if things had went my way. You know what I'm saying? Um, but you live and you learn. You know what I'm saying? The guy who I was working to with, Barrington Marson, I always give him shots out. Barrington Marson, if you haven't checked out on Tubi, Abiding. Um, Let me see. Where is it? Abiding, 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 abiding. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So, big shout out to him. If you have not seen his movie Abiding on Tubi, check it out. He got a lot of stuff. Barrington Marston's Productions. Anywho. Um, Let me see. Okay, here we go. All right. Back to grown people. Okay? If you are grown, act like it. Now, some people might see it as a contradict and say, well, come on now. You talking about you grown? Look at your room. You got stuff like this in there. The doggone Jeffrey, the dinosaur, Jeffrey from Toys R Us. You got your video games and all this stuff like that. That shows that you ain't grown, which is not true. This is stuff I'm grown enough to know what I like. Okay, and I'm grown enough to know that stuff brings me happiness. Grown means taking responsibility, being independent, being responsible for yourself, knowing, learning from life, learning there are certain things that you need to do and not do, people you need to hang with, people you not hang with, certain things that you have to give up in this life. Okay, that's all about being grown. It doesn't mean your actual age. Okay, I've met some 25-year-olds that I've met, and they were way more grown than a lot of 45, 50-year-old people I've seen. So age don't mean crap. You know what I'm saying? You could be grown at a very younger age. You know what I'm saying? So, yep. Oh, it goes along with that too. A lot of people keep using their tragedy, stuff they went through in their life, and say, well, this is why I'm an asshole, or this is why I keep acting that way. I'm sorry you went through that. I really am. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sorry. I can help you out, but I can't constantly take jabs and saying, well, I'm sorry for jabbing you. You know what I'm saying? In a more metaphorical sense. Because I've went through this and, I did this and I did that. Well, I don't have to bring myself down. Okay. Or whatever. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff that I've learned, just this year alone. And you guys should learn that. Let me put this up here. There's so much advice and stuff I've learned this year. Let me type this in here. We've heard this a million times. Nothing is permanent. Okay. Not only do people pass away that we think will be here forever, we lose our stuff. I've lost a lot of stuff. I'm not getting into that again. Stuff that I've been collecting for 20, 30 years got taken away from me. A lot of very important stuff that was near and dear to me. Sometimes you just gotta realize and love the stuff while you can. Try to keep it as long as you can. Some people's house catch on fire and they lose stuff. Sometimes stuff gets stolen. Do the best you can to, do away with it. Protect your stuff. Yeah, that brings me to another point. When I was talking about people who aren't mature, I've had people who would ask me why I'm locking my doors and why I'm doing all this and being cautious and what you think's gonna happen? Ain't nothing gonna happen. Yeah, look here, that's my life, and a lot of stuff does happen. Let me see what else. That brings up another thing when people would tell me, like I say, hey, I'm not going to that neighborhood. I heard they be carjacking. I hate the excuse. Well, that's everywhere. God, I hate when people tell me that that's everywhere. Now, yes, everything is everywhere, but I'm not going to, let's just say, I hate to use this place as an example. I'm sure they've changed since the 90s when they had their reputation, but Compton, California, it has a reputation, especially during the 90s, of having a lot of crime. Now, if I say I'm not going to go there because I don't want to get robbed or shot, well, there's everywhere. They in your hometown, people getting shot and robbed. Well, yeah, that's true, but it's less. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure that's some type of fallacy too, as well. I just don't want to think about it. Okay. Um, Let me see what else. Um, Let me see. Organization. Y'all get organized. Make a game plan. I don't care if it's on a piece of notebook paper. Each one of us has a cell phone, okay? And on the cell phone, you can download all kinds of apps. You can download an app called a notebook of some sort, and it can tell you, you could write down what you need to at that time. You don't have to get a pen and a piece of paper like we did a long time ago. You can go on your phone and go to this notebook or notepad, and if you have a random idea, write that down. Don't try to organize it. Don't try to worry about spelling. Okay. A lot of times I'll get on my a lot of story ideas that I have. I get in the notepad and press the microphone and just start talking. And of course, I'll use periods and stuff so I can separate my thoughts. But I'll do it later. But the main thing is to get it down, especially if you have those dreams where it's like, man, this is so profound. I can make a story out of that, or it gives me an idea. Do that as soon as you wake up. Get on your phone, turn on that notepad, just say whatever you want to, whatever you experience in your dream. Go to that notepad, press that microphone, start speaking, and tell your dream, and then save it. And then worry about editing it later. It doesn't have to make sense. So if you had an idea about a piece of banana and a baloney that got married and they jumped and flew off somewhere, and you think you can make a story about that, just write it down as it is, okay? And worry about critiquing it later. You got time to critique later. But right now, you write down your ideas, you organize it later. I would suggest the first thing you guys need to do for 2025, clean your house. Okay? Organize it the best way that you can. So if you're looking through here and you see boxes over here, and write it down. Be like, what of what I've seen. I don't have to move nothing around. Okay, I got toys, got boxes, got electronics, got cleaning supplies, got stuff that I want to throw away, papers. Get it organized in your head. Write it down, okay? Then organize it into categories, okay? Then after you do that, you might go to Home Depot or it could be even a thrift store, and then they'll sell like cheap garbage cans or something, or some cheap garbage bags. And later on, you can separate that stuff into piles, okay? It's organization. You know what I'm saying? Then you can figure out what to do after that. But at least it's one step. Keep in mind, Rome was not built in a day. Okay? A little bit goes a long way. I had been given excuse me, I'm sitting on something. Okay. I had been given a piece of advice a long time ago where, every time you get out, if you running errands all day, every time you get out that car, take just one handful of trash. You don't have to clean out your entire car. So if you get out 5 or 6 times during that day because you're running a lot of errands, just grab a handful of trash. Grab, if there's a few French fries that's on the bottom of the seat, grab just a few, even if it's just 6 French fries, throw them in the garbage. Next time you go in there, you might have, a soda pop bottle or something. And you get that. And then you got a receipt, which I would totally suggest y'all shred those things up. You don't want people finding out your business. Or just get a Walmart sack and put those receipts in there, and then just shred them or burn them or do something. If you got a fireplace, just throw them in the fireplace. You know what I'm saying? And burn them now. So, organization, just little stuff like that. Just taking a handful of trash every time you get out the doggone car. It will help you to clean your car, and get one little bit of brooms. They sell them at Dollar Tree, and just, just the seats alone, just sweep, just a little bit. That's all you got to do. Just a little bit of sweeping. You know what I'm saying? And sweep it to the bottom of the floor. And if you have those, what do you call them? Floor mats, try to get as much as you can on the floor mats. And then the next day you can, what can you do? You can, what is that showing? Hold on 1 minute. Something's showing back here. Okay. Yeah, that was bugging the hell out of me. Anyway, yeah. So get those floor mats, or you could just get some newspaper, and as you sweeping, just sweep it down newspaper and just ball it on up and throw it in the garbage. There's a million different ways, guys. You don't have to sit there and, well, I'm gonna just get one day and that's why I'm gonna just totally clean it out. No, that one day will never happen. Well, hardly ever happen. Or let's just say if you get that one day where you're gonna clean out something or organize something, you may start it with enough intentions, but then you might start getting a headache and it ruins the rest of the day. And you may not have another day for 6 months. Or somebody might call you, or the kids mess with you, or all kinds of stuff can happen. You might want to clean out the car on this day and it start raining. You know what I'm saying? So a little bit of what they say, a little bit of do you, or slowly but surely, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to do everything at once. First, organize it in your mind and get a little bit at a time. Let's see what else we got here. Let me check the comments real quick. I've been talking for a while, and I'm not sure if somebody's been trying to. Nope, I don't see any comments. Yeah, Sarah says my ex-boss has written a couple of books. I bought her first one and got her to sign it, but it was so bad. But who cares? She's doing her thing and making money. Yes, yes, yes. You can always, when you're writing a book, what you can do is make second and third and fourth editions. Get those ideas out your head. Get them out your head. This is not a book right here. This is a brain. This is a thought. Get them thoughts out. Put it on paper and release that book. At least you know that it has been, the copyright has been done. Get it out of your head. Stop sitting on y'all great ideas, okay? Get it out there. Publish it. Do something with it. Stop waiting for perfection and trying to be the next Stephen King and everybody, oh, that looks so terrible. Stop. You can take advice on the way, but get your stuff out. If y'all need my help, I will definitely support y'all. 2025, I'm helping all y'all. I don't care what dreams y'all want to come true. Let me know. I will help you out the best way I can. Daryl West says, do not choose birth dates. Those numbers are already used up. Instead, wait until the last minute before the lottery closes. Then spread $20 and let the auto lotto choose your numbers. Yeah, thank you for that, Daryl. You can do a quick pick when you're doing those lottery numbers. Yes, you can. And it makes it a whole lot easier. Like you said, everybody uses their birthdays. You can use whatever you want to, because you might use your birthday, and for the first 80 times, it might not win. On the 81st time, it might be the lottery number. So who knows? You know what I'm saying? Those lottery numbers are totally random. So just, you can't win if you don't play. But I'm just saying, you can't keep your money if you tell somebody, okay? Because you're going to turn your heaven into a hell. Everybody's going to be after you. Your kinfolks, the criminals, everybody. The only person you should tell is the IRS. Give them they cut. So if they say, I don't know why people do this, and I know an individual who works for the IRS, and there's so many people who win the lottery and I don't know why they opt out of just having the taxes taken out. Give them the cut. I mean, I don't care if you win $10 million and after taxes and payoff, you only get 1.5 million. I'm just being facetious. Did you have $1.5 million before? Okay. Don't get greedy. Be like, ooh, I could have 6 million. What the hell you gonna do with 6 million? Nothing. If you knew how to get $6 million, you would have been a millionaire by now. Get up there, get your 1.5 million, pay off your debtors, get you a nice car, or buy your house or whatever. Don't get too nice of a house because you have to pay for taxes and yard keep and all kinds of stuff. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Okay? But pay Uncle Sam, okay? There was a episode of Batman the Animated Series, and he was uh worried about him not paying his taxes to the IRS. And he said it in during the show, he was like, I can handle and fight Batman all day long, but the IRS, no way. And I feel the same way. I would rather fight Batman than the IRS. Okay. Batman, if you exist, I was just kidding. See behind me. Oh, okay. Okay. Just making sure. I don't know what Gotham is, but I'm just making sure. I didn't. Anyway, Daryl says, try to be that very last ticket sold. The rest will spoil over into the next drawing. Cool, cool, cool. That is his advice. Is coming from Mr. Daryl W. West. Thank you, Mr. Daryl W. West. I appreciate that. I need to check these comments. There was more comments than I thought. So, yeah, and you can be organized. Even when we're talking about organization and the lottery, y'all get an online account. It's through I Hope with Georgia. I guess it might be the same way with everywhere else. However, I have a stipend of like $20 that I put on there, and I just get on there and I can just buy the ticket. I think it's $2 a ticket or something for Powerball, Mega Millions, and $1 for Fantasy 5 or whatever. So each week has about 4 weeks, sometimes 5. So $5 each time. So I buy a Powerball on Friday or Saturday. I buy a Powerball Mega Millions, which is $4, and I get like a Fantasy 5. That's $5, and I do that 4 times. So I put $20 on there, and that's all. And you're not going to increase your chances that much, guys. It's like in order to win, it's like 1 in 200 million or something. And the people who do the numbers, they said that it would you have a better chance of being struck by lightning or something like that than hitting the lottery. I mean, but you can't win if you don't play. So the $5 that you spend, if you only spend $5 or 1 ticket, buying 100 tickets will not make that much of a difference. Okay. Yes, it will increase your chances, but very slightly. Don't go broke trying to win the lottery. Okay, that'd be better for you to invest in, like I said, one of these computer programs. And let's just say, I think Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, everything that you want to learn is on YouTube. And there's a lot of public libraries to give free classes on things like that. So if you don't have those 3 programs, you can buy them. I think it's like $100, $150 for all 3 of them. Download that on your computer. Take some free classes. Like I said, slowly but surely, just learn 5 minutes today, 5 minutes tomorrow, whatever. And that would be a better way of making money than doing the lottery, okay? So you need to make some investments, guys. Let me see. What other pieces of advice? I apologize for not having this ahead of time. Do not be perfect. Y'all give me some advice while I'm reading over this. Organization. Oh, okay. Here's another one. Yep. I can't spell today. All right. This is another piece of advice I give y'all. Anything worth anything, it takes time and effort. Okay. I don't want to step on any toes, God, but a lot of people think that, well, if it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. I don't know. I'm gonna just say that I don't know if that's the actual thing. A lot of people talk about manifesting. I use that word all the time, and there's some mundane truth towards manifesting because everything starts in your brain. If you don't believe you can do it, I'm not saying that it won't. Sometimes people just randomly do stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stuff happens. Sometimes they don't even have to work for it and stuff happens for them. But sometimes, a lot of times, if you want something, you have to, there might be this small chance that comes up. And I remember one time where I've had opportunities to be on different shows and stuff like that. And I wasn't prepared. I didn't have my acting resume done. I didn't have my reels. I didn't have an agent, all these things. So you have to have all your P's and Q's together and ready for when the opportunity comes. Sometimes the train comes by and it slows down just enough to the point where you can jump on. Okay. You can't tell the train, hey, wait a minute, let me tie my shoes. Wait a minute, let me say bye to everybody. No, you got to be ready. That train is going. It's got other stuff to go. So you either jump on now or you don't. Okay. So anything that you want, make sure it goes back to organization too, guys, and being honest. Another thing that I told you when we started, be honest with yourself, what you want. Don't let nobody else tell you, oh, there's some stupid ass crap. More than likely, they're immature. Like the other thing I was talking about. Don't let these immature assholes stop you from getting your dream. Okay? Know what you want. Be honest what you want. Get organized. Little bit at a time. Okay? And work towards that every day. Okay? It's going to take some time. You'll get there in one way, shape, form, or fashion. Okay? It takes time and it takes some effort on your part. Like I said, I'm not trying to say that if it's meant to be or whatever, okay? Sometimes you got to do something to set yourself apart from other people. Oh, and that's another thing. I don't care if you trying to write a book. I don't care if you want to be in a cooking show. I don't care if you want to be a dancer. I don't care if you want to be on YouTube. I don't care what you want to do in your life. If you want to work at the post office, I don't care. Okay, whatever business you want to open, whatever project that you want to get done, put your own spin on it. Okay, and the way that history goes is that those who put their own spin on it, they're always ridiculed at first. A good example of this, I was watching this movie right here. It might not show because it's gonna cropped out, but let me see. Can y'all see this movie? Where is it? Come on, thing. This is terrible. There we go. Straight Outta Compton. Y'all remember that movie? There we go. Straight Outta Compton. It's about the story of Dr. Dre and Death Row Records and what was it called? God dog it. Before Death Row Records, what was it? NWA, Negroes with Attitudes. I know I'm gonna get my stuff will not get monetized if I say the real word. Actually, I'm gonna just say it. Niggas with attitudes. Okay? NWA. At first, they were very much ridiculed, you know what I'm saying, for going against the grain and doing some rap with some cussing in it and everything like that. But they became rich for jumping, going outside of the norm. You know what I'm saying? And most of the stuff that people say would not work. People just put the effort into it, and people like new stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let me talk about this too. I was talking about immature people who haven't grown up. If you, I don't care if you've been my friend for a while or you just becoming my friend or whatever, but try not, and I've been trying my best not to use the N word myself, okay? But especially don't come around me thinking that that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. On these podcasts, I've been kind of letting that slip, okay? So there's been a few people that have used the N word that's been on my podcast, and I've letting it slip. And I kind of debated, like, should I be, let them express themselves the way they want to, or should I put my foot down and tell them to stop. You know what I'm saying? And while we're on the podcast, that's going to be a new rule. Don't drop the M bomb because niggas like this and niggas and that, don't do that. You know, and you know if I've had a couple of women who were very nice looking, had a nice body, but you know when I'd say something they ain't like, or you know, I'd be like, "Do you like this or that?" Nigga, don't do that. I don't do that. That automatically turns me the hell off. I don't want no ghetto chick, and I don't want ghetto people. I don't want to hang around ghetto people. I'm trying to make myself better. As far as I'm concerned, I've kind of wasted a lot of my years. I played around a lot. I was kind of searching, and I had a lot of hindrances. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to better myself. Okay. And I'm not saying I don't use that word. As a matter of fact, we need to do a podcast on that. You know what I'm saying? Using the N word. Okay. And a lot of other stuff about racism and stuff like that. Because I used that word, yeah, in private, you know, and it's in a derogatory way, you know. And I don't mean all black people, you know what I'm saying? I might say, you know, I can't stand with these N words be doing this. It just means people who have accepted that nomenclature or that status, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the realist, you know, all that stuff. You know, well, if you accept that for yourself, it's just like when women keep calling each other bitch, you know, it really is just, it kind of unnerves me, you know what I'm saying? I know it's slang. I know this is the modern thing to do, you know what I'm saying? But it just kind of irks me, you know, because I love sophisticated females. They don't have to be Michelle Obama, but however, you know, there's a difference between, you know, there's levels between Michelle Obama and Sexy Red. You know what I'm saying? There's levels in between them. And, you know, it just kind of throws me off when females just calling themselves a B word. And I guess it's, you know, I've heard of other people calling each other, like fat people calling each other slim, or, hey, what's up, fat boy? You know, and they're both fat. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it's like a hidden joke, or I don't know. But it'd make a good podcast to talk about this. But I have to accept my own faults. That's another thing. Let me find that meme right quick. And I'm going to put that out there because my God, it is great advice. Hold on. Let me know, guys. You guys have any advice? You guys have any advice for anybody right now? Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Give me a second. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna have to send this one. But yeah, that's gonna take too long. But anyway, I'm just gonna say it, and I just don't feel like typing it out. It says, "You're not grown." Let's put this advice. Kind of goes with another discussion that we just had. This meme says, "You're not grown until you know how to communicate, apologize, be truthful, and accept accountability without blaming someone else." My God, I am not religious, but amen to that. My God. We got some other comments. Let me talk about that right quick. Okay. You have to accept your own faults. Each one of us makes mistakes all the time. Okay. And you need to apologize for your mistakes if you see it as a mistake. And that's another thing. Some people would say that you're wrong for what you say. Oh, let me put that down. Hold on. I'm thinking of a lot of stuff here, guys. Okay. So I'm getting a little bit off track here, but so sorry. You're not grown until you know how to communicate, apologize, be truthful, accept accountability without blaming someone else. So let's go with the first one. Communicate. I just talked about that. Okay. Um, how to communicate. Like, these people who are, I cuss a motherfucker out and all this stuff like that. That is not professional. You are not getting anywhere. As a matter of fact, somebody will not work with you. If you want to work with somebody and you show them, be like, okay, I admit my faults, but I feel this way. And can we work together and do something to help us both out mutually? That's a good way to do some stuff. Not just like, bitch, I ain't doing that, and you stupid motherfucker, you ain't grown. You are not grown. God, grow up. You know, I don't want to hear that you don't know how to grow up. You know what I'm saying? And if you did it and you felt bad, if you said I cussed somebody out and I felt bad, then that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to communicate. There are, like I said, YouTube has everything, and they have a lot of professional people on there who can teach you what to say and what not to say in a professional setting. I would suggest you guys read the book The Art of War by Lao Tzu, I believe it is. And he talks about how you can win a battle before even going on the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that you can do, even getting people in your favor, the way you talk to people, how, some of it's kind of manipulative, but that's a good strategy. You know what I'm saying? And that's how these people, yeah, I always want to talk about conspiracy theories. We'll talk about that. I have my own. But that's how they get over because they've read books like this. They don't get out there with sword blade. I'm going to cuss a motherfucker out and think I'm going to get over on something. Yeah, those people who keep saying that are broke, don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So learn how to communicate. Apologize, okay? If you know in your heart that you did something wrong, God, that apologizing is hard. It is hard to admit that you're wrong and say, well, I'm sorry I did this. You know what I'm saying? I work to be better. Okay. And allow it's okay if you want to tell somebody, hey, I didn't like the way you did that. You know what I'm saying? And then if y'all can have a spirited discussion, sometimes a person will agree that they did it wrong once y'all both calm down. Sometimes they might not agree. Okay. They might see it from their perspective, which is not wrong. You know what I'm saying? We've all grown up and come from different cultures or whatever. So we might not see this. I'm getting to that more later. But if you know you're wrong, then apologize and move on. You know what I'm saying? People will respect you a whole lot. Okay? Even something as little if you pass by somebody and actually bump them. Oh, excuse me, sir. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're in that way at the grocery store, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, ma'am. Um, I've had to apologize. Whoo, even with the members of the LGBTQIA, and I'll say, excuse me, ma'am. Did you just assume my gender? I am not a ma'am. I am a, whatever you call themselves. And then I'd be like, oh, my apologies. That's exactly what I say. My apologies. Okay. Don't be like well, you ain't this and you ain't that. I want to have a discussion about that too, about LGBTQIA. But you just give them initial my apologies. You know what I'm saying? And half the time, if you just say my apologies, what would you like for me to call you? Or just like, if they say, well, I'm a Zers, I'm not making fun of it, not being derogatory, but I've heard those are program pronouns now. So if they say, well, call me a Z, okay, my apologies, Z. You know what I'm saying? So hold on, we got some comments coming in. Um, Daryl says organization, take a look at the picture. Whatever you see whatever you see wrong with it, correct it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you have to visualize it. What did I say about manifesting and how it's actually mundane? A lot of people think of it's like that book. What is The Secret? I think I forgot who wrote it. I know Oprah Winfrey was pushing it. But that book, The Secret, talks about manifesting and all that stuff like that. And some people see it as a spiritual thing, which is nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that's your belief. But what I'm saying is there is a mundane component to manifesting. Okay. The way you push things forward. Like I said, you have to time and effort. If you don't manifest it here and don't think it can work, and just because it doesn't work at first, guys, doesn't mean it won't work. Okay, or might be working in a way that you want it to. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to go viral. You know, people have this idea that, oh, I don't see a bunch of likes, I don't see a bunch of people watching. There's more people watching your stuff in your post and other stuff than you think. You might be giving advice in the grocery store, and there might be other people hearing it. They don't have to give you an amen crowd. They're listening. Other people are listening because they're nosy like that. So keep on doing what you do, okay? And keep learning. Keep learning. We're gonna talk about learning next. Um, okay, let me get back to thank you, Daryl. But let's see what else we got. Okay, you got to communicate. You got to apologize. Be truthful. I talked about that. Be true to yourself. Don't let nobody tell you that they ain't what you're supposed to like and ain't supposed to do. You can do whatever the hell you want to. Just be truthful to yourself. Okay. Even if you're doing it just out of clout, well, just be honest. I'm doing it out of clout. I just want attention. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody wants a little attention. Everybody wants a little praise. And accept accountability without blaming someone else. True. However, you have to know where the problem is coming from. Okay. Like I was telling you about, hanging with certain people, and who you hang with. Like they tell you all the time, when you get married, you're not getting married to them. You're getting married to their relatives, okay, and their friends. So you need to know them, because you might have them hanging out in your house, and it kind of sets a precedence, and it molds the person's brain, whoever they hang with, and stuff like that. So you might be you wondering why you're not getting anywhere. You got headaches, and why you screamed at somebody. Yes, it's your fault that you screamed at that person, but it might be an underlining cause. You've got a new person that you're hanging with, and they're always ignorant and shouting and all that, and that's part of the problem. If you wondered, like, you hear people like, "Oh, you used to be so cool. Now, well, it's because you're hanging with new people." You know what I'm saying? You got new friends, or a new boyfriend or girlfriend, and that person is quite ignorant. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to influence you whether you think so or not. Okay. It might stress you out. And once you get stressed, and people stop being stupid, people say, well, when person get mad, that's the person they really are. Shut the hell up. No, they're not. Everybody can get to a point where when they're stressed out, then they will say some stuff just out of anger, okay? That doesn't mean that's how they feel. Sometimes they're hurt, and misery loves company, and they want to hurt you as well, and they may know something about you, and they might say something sensitive just to win the argument. you know there may be a million and one reasons for this, guys. So don't think that, oh, when you get mad, that's when they tell you the real deal. No, it ain't. Okay, people just saying some stuff when they get drunk or whatever. No, stop. That's immature people thinking. Okay, people say all kinds of stuff when they change their mindsets. Okay, but why don't? Here's the thing. I want y'all to think about this. Think about it. If you say, well, that person got mad at me and said some disrespectful things when he got mad or he got drunk, okay? But what if a person, said some nice, sweet stuff to you while they were drunk, or smoking some weed, or popping some pills, and they was like, "I love you guys, and you're a wonderful person," and you be like, "Hey, that's just the alcohol talking." Why did you just said the alcohol was make you tell the truth? But now that they're happy, you're saying that that's just them being drunk. But when they're mad, oh, that's their real self. You see how we think? We always think about negative and stuff like that, guys. I just don't understand. But blaming somebody else, like I said, I understand. And the whole Rocky, that Rocky movie, Rocky Balboa movie, well, I forgot the exact words. He was like, that's what losers do, and you're better than that, and you can't just sit there pointing fingers saying somewhere because somebody else, yeah, if you're constantly complaining, But that's still kind of good in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because if you were hanging out with yo-yos and stuff and ignorant people, and they kept you in a bad state of mind to where you couldn't progress, then yeah, they might have been the reason. And it keeps you from hanging with other yo-yos, okay? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they could have been the reason. You know what I'm saying? So if you're all motivated when you're not around them, but when you are around them, they depress you to the point where you don't do anything. I mean, they are the problem. You know what I'm saying? Um, so let me get off. You guys, the link is in the description. If you have some advice that you want to give, let me know. As you guys see, I am learning. I have learned a lot this year over the few years, actually 40 something years that I've been on this planet. And I'm just ready to start a new me, or clean up me. Oh, always be yourself, but clean up yourself. Okay? There's a difference between that. People be like, "Oh, just be yourself." No, no. Well, you can always clean up yourself. Hold on, let me get back on here. Um, okay, there are no no more new comments. Yes, be yourself, but clean up yourself. Okay, if you like to wear just regular jeans and a t-shirt all the time, that's fine. You don't have to go to a suit and tie. Just everybody's had that one t-shirt which they absolutely love and washed it 17 million times. Hint hint wink wink, to where the letters are coming off. Hint hint wink wink. You know what I'm saying? We all have that one shirt, you know what I'm saying? And you can still wear it around the house, but you know what I'm saying? Improve a little bit. Buy you a new one. It could be the same type shirt. That's fine. Buy you a new one, or get you another type t-shirt. You know, if you see that your jeans are a little faded and you got holes coming through there, you know, you can patch them up, but you know, maybe buy some new jeans. But that's still you. You're a jeans and t-shirt guy. Stay a jeans and t-shirt guy. Just improve yourself. Change up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, and you guys, God, why do I have to tell grown folks this? Personal hygiene. That's a pet peeve of mine. My God, why do I have to tell grown folks to wash themselves at least once a day? Please don't listen to these people. I don't care if you're a dermatologist. I will argue with you all day. Some dermatologists will say, well, actually, humans can go 2 to 3 days without a bath. Well, I'm no dermatologist. I'm not a doctorate. I don't have a doctor. I don't have a doctorate degree. Once a day, take a shower, bath, something, please. Okay. Um, I understand what they're saying. It can dry out your skin and stuff. I mean, we got lotions and stuff like that. I know a lot of these lotions have alcohol, they're alcohol based or something, but you got coconut oil, you have all kinds of moisturizers that you can use. Okay, take one bath a day. Please put on some deodorant if you can. There's a million different types of deodorant. I don't care if you use baby powder. Okay, I've heard that Johnson, what is it? Johnson and Johnson was the one that give you cancer. I don't know. Look that up. Somebody put that in the description. Which one of the baby powders or the lotions or some the baby oil will get you P Diddy? Oh, excuse me. Oh, why did I say that? That'll give you cancer. Okay, and P Diddy get you something else. But we ain't gonna get into that. I'm gonna say that for Lamar's podcast, the Flavor in Your Ear podcast, because I know he gonna bring that up. See, that's the kind of stuff that's gonna be on his podcast, Flavor in Your Ear, the L Dog himself. He gonna bring that up, and it's gonna be a good conversation. But anyway, brush your teeth if you can. You know, if you're not working that day and you eat breakfast, give yourself a midday brush. You know what I'm saying? Because that breath be just take it. Even if you go to work and you don't have any toothpaste or anything, just bring the toothbrush and scrape the toothbrush. And they got little things as mouthwash. It's only about that big, and it's for like traveling, like if you're on an airplane or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Keep it in a suitcase. Keep it in the trunk of your car. I have some in the trunk of my car. And so even when I don't bring like a toothbrush or anything, at least I swish my mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's better than nothing. It's kind of swish it between your teeth. Let's see. What other advice can I give? My God. Um, Advice. I'm looking at my dry erase board right now. People refuse to grow. Let me see. Here we go. Okay. I talked about this already. Look, keep going, guys. Keep moving. Keep doing what you're doing. Slowly but surely. Okay? Don't stop. Okay? Once you stop, your dreams are over. Okay? I don't care if you're just moving at a snail's pace, literally. Okay? So let's just say if you want to read a book, okay, and you want it's a self-help book or something, and you've only read 10 sentences and then you get bored and your what's that attention span goes away after 2 sentences, that's fine. Mark it right there where you just left off on the 2 sentences. Then read 2 sentences later. You helping yourself, okay? If it's just one paragraph, just mark that off. One paragraph a day. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the year, I don't know the math, how many paragraphs or how many paragraphs on the page, and I don't know. You guys put it down. I'm too lazy to think about it. You know what I'm saying? But do something, okay? Do something. And if you get bored of reading on that paragraph, then go ask somebody who works in the field. Let's just say if you want to, what can I say? If you want to learn about exercise or something like that, you know what I'm saying? And you get sick of reading this book about exercise or this magazine, then go to the gym and talk to somebody, you know what I'm saying? Some neighbor that you know that exercises and watches videos. Then go watch a video on YouTube about exercising. Then, you know what I'm saying? Just do something. Do something, but don't stop towards your goal. Okay. I had a doctor at the VA. Excellent advice. He says that look, if you want to lose weight, first of all, and this was another guy though on YouTube. He said losing weight is a matter of calories in, calories out. You got to burn more calories than you're taking in. Okay, you can't really exercise off a lot of fat because it took a while. That goes back to my other thing. It takes time. It took a while for you to get that weight. It's going to take a while for you to get it off. However, little bit, slowly but surely, okay? But the advice the doctor gave me at the VA, it's like if you eat a cheeseburger every day, cut that cheeseburger in half, throw the rest away, only eat half that cheeseburger and substitute it with like an apple or something like that. That way you still get your fix of all them saturated fats and cheeseburger grease and all that, but just cut it in half. You know what I'm saying? Cut everything that you, instead of drinking a soda pop, Coca-Cola or whatever, drink you a green tea, which is what I usually use. You know what I'm saying? And instead of using sugar, use honey. There's a debate whether sugar and honey is just the same. You know what I'm saying? But find some other type of sweetener that you can use. So maybe some orange juice as well. Orange juice got a lot of sugar too. We need to have a discussion about this because I'm really kind of contradicting myself here. So what's other than water? What's a good sweet alternative drink other than pops? I know pops is bad for your kidneys and stuff. So even if you're drinking tea and it has honey, I mean, honey is the same thing as sugar. To me, you're still doing good, especially if it's warm, hot tea. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You guys jump in here if you want to. You guys have got some good. Let me see. Good comments here. I'm trying to read them all. Okay. Yes. Do what you can, slowly but surely, guys. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, immaturity. We talked about that. Let me put this up here. Let me talk about this. Magic is okay. Let me explain what I mean by this, okay? Of course, there's different definitions. Magic can be the sleight of hand, which card am I holding up, and making the ball disappear in my hand, the sleight of hand type, David Blaine type stuff. Then you got the magic where most people talk about where some magical supernatural being changes the law of physics and he can levitate and do some stuff against the laws of physics. What I'm talking about is kind of like what made me think about this was a lot of y'all, including myself, went through the Christmas season this year and it kind of lost magic. And y'all kind of like, I'm glad it's over with. And I am too. It was very stressful. And you wonder like where did the magic go? And I think a lot of people say, well, you're not a kid anymore and you that nostalgia has burnt out. I don't think that's the problem. I don't. I think that we burn out a lot of stuff because nowadays everybody's trying to keep it 100 and keeping it real, and you get these smart people be like, "Well, actually, and all this." Sometimes you need a little magic in your life. Don't try to break it. I do it all the time too, and I'm going to do it on future creative content because I'll ask questions like, well, how does that work in real life? You know what I'm saying? Um, if you watch that cartoon Gummy Bears back on Saturday mornings, it was a Disney cartoon. And how does that gummy berry juice work? Well, we could just say magic. We don't have to say, well, it contains 1 part creatine and 1 part caffeine and 1 part, what's the name of that stuff that they took off the market? It was in those energy drinks. I forgot the name of it. You know what I'm saying? Just say it's magic. You know what I'm saying? And just we don't have to say believe that it exists. You know what I'm saying? But just we have to have that magical spark in us. Sometimes you just got to have that what we call in Hollywood with a suspension of disbelief. Okay, it doesn't have to get broken down. And I know with a lot of the Marvel comic book shows and a lot of these other superhero shows, everything has to be explained scientifically. Everything. And even like with Thor, they had to throw that in there. Well, see where we come from in Asgard, magic and science is one and the other. No. How about just magic? You know what I'm saying? And we don't have to explain how Santa Claus gets to every house in one night. It's cool. It's fun. I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I tried to do that, in the podcast earlier. Ooh, it's 8:45. Are you serious? I'm gonna go over a little bit on time because I started late, like 10, 15 minutes late. So I'm gonna start doing my shout outs at 9 o'clock. But you guys, that can be a great escape for us. And when people say, go to your happy place. When you get stressed out, go to your happy place. Yeah, it's good. Your happy place can be a place where reality doesn't exist and you create your own reality. Like I said when I first started, you're the god of your own universe. Create your universe in your head. That doesn't mean that it can cycle over to this universe. You know what I'm saying? So if you believe that, I don't know, you're let's just say you believe you want to be a cool little super villain and you want to take over the world. That doesn't mean you want to do it in real life. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fantasy. Have your fantasies. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a little magic is okay. I know I'm contradicting myself because, I don't want to step on any toes here. But, of course, everybody knows I'm an atheist. And a lot of times with a lot of religious idealisms, I'd be like, well, this doesn't make sense because if, this God exists and this, then this wouldn't make sense. And people would say, well, when it comes to God, you have to go outside the realm of logic and reasoning, which I would argue, then everything's possible. You know what I'm saying? If we don't use logic and reasoning as a standard for anything, then anything could be possible, So you don't have to, well, I don't want to get into it because that's going to get into a religious argument. But what I'm saying, nothing's wrong with a little magic in our life. You know what I'm saying? A little magical belief. I know some of us here, some of my nerd people, still go into stores where they have the sliding doors, and we still do this number right here because we love Star Wars and we pretend like we got the Force and we're opening the doors with the Force. Don't act like y'all don't. Okay, I ain't the only one. But anyway, yes. Okay. Any comments on here? No, 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 no. No, no, no. I ain't the only one that does this. Okay. So a little magic is okay in your life. It's something that just keeps you going. It keeps you happy. Your own magical place. You know what I'm saying? We all need that. Ooh, and that's part of the reason why I believe that uh we kind of lost our magic this Christmas season. Plus the fact that when we were kids, we didn't have to worry about nothing. We could sit there all day, and we didn't have all these gadgets and all these cell phones and stuff. So we had to use our imagination when I was growing up. And it was stress free because like our parents were taking care of everything. They'd go to work, they'd pay the bills. We have to clean up every now and then, but we didn't have anything else to do. So we could stay in our little magical world and it was stress free. Now we're adults and kids do this whole, well, you don't love me unless you buy me this and do this. And this stress is so stressful. My God. And nowadays it's not like where, you could get the simple stuff. Now everything's electronics. You know what I'm saying? Everything has an app attached to it, which costs more money. And this year, I had mixed up with Amazon and they delivered it to the wrong, to my house, and they're supposed to deliver it to my other children, where my other children are. And, it was just a bunch of crap. And it was really stressful. Then you had to wrap the presents and, kind of deal with them, be like, oh, actually, this all you got me for Christmas, and you tried your best and spent hundreds of dollars. And they don't realize that. Kids don't realize that. How much effort you put forth and how much sacrifice you put forth just to make them happy. You know what I'm saying? I guess as a child we did, you know. Um, but as long as the parents, that's one of them things they're just gonna have to realize when they get older. You know what I'm saying? Just to give them, a gift certificate or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That takes a lot of effort. And that's a lot of money we could have been spending on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So, I wish I was here to give me some advice. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I don't see any comments. I don't see any comments. That's okay. How much we got? Hey, it's supposed to be 10 minutes left. But I'm just keep on going. What's some things that you guys want to talk about? I know we're live right now. However, um, I can do a creative content later and talk about different stuff. Um, in essence, I have a lot of projects that are coming up. Let me see. Where is the one? Where is it? Where is it? Nope, 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 nope. That's not it. That's not it. Okay. I have created the script for my Family Matters thing. So that's I'm just looking for somebody to create AI. I've already started with the AI thing, but it doesn't look like the characters. So if I get this done, you guys, it's not going to look like the characters. So you're going to have to use your willful suspension of disbelief. But this is another thing, another example of let me put this up here. This is another example of how you don't have to be perfect. Just get your idea out there. You know what I'm saying? Um, with my Family Matters thing, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to look like the characters and everything, but I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody wants me to do another, revamp of it or something like that, or somebody might get interested enough to be like, hey, I love the story. I don't like the visuals, but I like the story. So let me help you out and we can do an animated whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just something. Or my dream would be if somebody from that cast could watch my fan fiction and they'd be like, hey, we're finna do another, because they've been talking about doing a Family Matters story where Steve and Laura's children. I hope they don't. I don't. That's the whole boy meets world, girl meets world type thing. I don't really want to see it. And for God's sake, do not, do not, Do not do it like they did that doggone Good Times, because they recently did an animated series to Good Times. It was absolute crap. First of all, that show was made during the 70s. I don't care what show you find during the 70s. Y'all folks gonna be something about it didn't age well. Oh, let me put that up there. I guess this is my last piece of it. All right. Let's talk about that. All right. Oh, first of all, learn how to freaking spell Vanaris Scott. Learn how to spell check. Hold on. Why is this thing doing this? Hold on. Let me respell this thing. Finally. Okay. Let's see if I spelled it right. All right. Here's the thing. A lot of y'all don't want to do stuff or get deterred because it seems like everybody has something to say on everything. Everything is offensive. Everything is immoral. Everything is cringy. Everything is sinful. Everything is, you can't seem to do anything nowadays. Some stuff may be offensive. And that's the thing. We really need to have more discussions on these things because some people take it too damn far, about what's offensive and, whatever. Then you have, religious people might say something is immoral, or you might get between, you might be an atheist that says certain things are immoral, and other people might say, no, this is the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And my God, this new generation says everything is freaking cringy. I get sick of hearing that doggone word cringy. Ooh, that's just cringe. That's cringe. Why? Because you don't like it? Because you're not used to it? You know what I'm saying? Why is everything just cringy? You know what I'm saying? And we gotta have a discussion about this. Everything's offensive because this is just getting ridiculous and it's getting people in trouble to the point where offensiveness can get you fired from your job. They can, stop relationships and all this stuff because everything is just too offensive nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Even when they say certain words, like if somebody says like lame, and ooh, you know what that lame word meant? It meant a long time ago. It meant people were disabled. No, well, words change, just like the word gay. At first it meant just happy. Now you can refer to a person who's dating somebody of the same sexual orientation. You know what I'm saying? So words change. You know what I'm saying? And I really hate to hear when people are saying you can't do something because a long time ago it meant this and, it has a bad past. Well, everything has an immoral past to it. Every word that we say doggone near has a bad meaning to it, at one point or another. You know what I'm saying? And it's making it towards this world. It's just getting so depressed. Because not only is the economy doing bad, everything's shutting down. Target shutting down, Party City. We've lost a lot of stuff. And we don't have nowhere to go, nowhere to shop, and nothing to do. And then we're just sitting at the house and just can't even get on. So everything's offensive. Everything's offensive. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And then everybody takes things to different ways, Oh, you mansplaining. No, I'm trying to tell you or teach you how to do this, Oh, that's mansplaining. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? And people interpret that in different ways. It might be a man who's actually trying to help a woman. And they'll say it's mansplaining just because, everybody is trying to say somebody else is offensive. You know what I'm saying? So my point to all this is it's kind of freeing to me. If anything that you say is going to be wrong and you're going to get shot at anyway, well, just say some stuff then. I mean, you're already expecting. It's either, you got two choices. You can either sit in the corner like a person with a straight jacket and just, oh, I can't say nothing, I can't do. Even if you don't say anything, People will still get offended. Oh, your silence speaks volumes. Ooh, and now that you ain't saying that, I know exactly what you mean. But if you had a problem with it, you would have spoke up, but you didn't say nothing. So that means, and what they be saying? Well, you can say that, and I know what you meant, but when you say it, it makes it look like that everybody's got something to say. So you got two choices. You can either sit in a straitjacket in the corner of a room, worried about what somebody says, or get out there and just do what you do. You're gonna get fussed at anyway, so it's not like you're gonna get surprised when somebody fusses at you. I mean, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? Just do what you do. Try to do your best to respect somebody, but keep in mind somebody is gonna have something to say. Somebody's gonna find it cringy, you know. Somebody's gonna call it a sin, you know. Somebody's gonna find it offensive, you know. It just depends. You can't change people's mindsets. It's just you can't depress yourself. We barely have anything left in this world. Don't let these people just, I don't know, just try to work with them. I'm not saying, if somebody says I'm offended by that and just say, well, fuck you. I'm not saying that. Okay. Try to work with them the best you can. Like I said, when people come to me and say, did you assume my gender? Well, okay, I apologize. What you want me to call you? Z. Okay. Have a good day, Z. However it works, I know I'm probably going to get fussed at in the comment section for just saying that, Oh, you weren't supposed to say that, but you said it in the wrong way and you said it in the wrong context. Well, all right, well, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just me, and there's a lot of stuff that I'll probably have to explain. I don't know. Oh, that brings up, I know I'm a little bit out of pocket with this, you know what I'm saying? And I've made certain videos on it. For those of you who have seen my book, let me see. Where is that book at? Where is it? Where is it? A lot of y'all have complained. I explained this away a lot. Where is that book? Come on, where is it? Here we go. It is called Planet Furball and the Heretic Kitten. A lot of y'all have had problems. Some of y'all have said, because of the way the woman looks and at the front of the book. You know what I'm saying? But there's a symbolic meaning for that. It has nothing to do with, what did my daughter calls it? It was like animals, when people get sexually aroused at animals. It has nothing to do with that. Whatever word that is, okay? But it has a symbolic meaning because a lot of people kind of feel like, because she's a rat in the hood, so she's a hood rat. She's highly intelligent, but she dresses in that way. You know what I'm saying? So it represents a lot of people, and a lot of women who consider themselves feminist should support this. You know what I'm saying? That you can dress a certain way, even if it's of a sexual nature. You know what I'm saying? And still, be considered intelligent. You need to know the person, not but just by how she dresses. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of chose that. I will be changing up the art of the book because I actually wanted my daughter in the first place to create the cover art, but she was busy at the time. She was still learning, so I had another cover artist make this. But my daughter has made a new cover art, and I'm so proud of her. So she will be the one to create the new cover art. Okay. So I just wanted to explain that. So if anybody gets offended while we're talking about offensiveness and stuff like that, and I'd never buy that book because it looked, furry. That's what they call it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you must have a furry fetish or something. I was like, what the hell? What the hell is a furry? You know what I'm saying? So, it has nothing to do with sexual exploitation. It's actually the exact opposite. You know what I'm saying? Every book that I write has a specific meaning. Okay. So we're at that point actually, because I usually use the last 10 minutes of the podcast to give shout outs. So let me start out. Let me move this right quick. Okay. So anyway, we have come to the end of the podcast. If any of you guys, let me check the comments. I don't see any comments. Let's do this one more time. Okay. So like I told you guys, This is, let me put the title back up here. Where is my title? Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Oh, to do that. All right. So, I may stay on a little bit longer since this is my last weekly podcast. Okay. So, this has been the KillaKrane Speaks On podcast. We were talking about advice and motivation for 2025 or 2024 in retrospect. I am not saying this podcast. I'm going to emphasize this again. This podcast has not ended, okay? It's just that I can't do it every week. Like today, I had to rush home from the grocery store, and it's just very hectic for me to continue this on Friday at 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Central Time, excuse me. And I have so much creative content, which I'm going to discuss, okay? So, if I do start the podcast again, it'll be at a different time. So, this Friday after today, let me see, what is this? It'll be the 3rd, January the 3rd. There'll be no podcast on January the 3rd. I may do it on a different day, but I'll let you guys know ahead of time. So, you guys don't have to set your schedule for this Friday at 7 p.m. because I will not be here unless there's some stipulation to where, let's just say there's 100 people and they say, hey, I just seen your podcast. Can you please do it again this Friday at 7 p.m.? Yeah, if it's a special request. But I'm about 95% sure that there will be no podcast on Friday. I'll try to do one in January. Maybe. I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying no. But I will let you guys know ahead of time. But I cannot continue to keep doing this every Friday. I told you guys again, if you are in the taste for a podcast, get with my boy, Lamar Hicks, the L Dog himself, Flavor in Your Ear podcast. You can reach him at Creative Team Entertainments. You can reach him at www.hicks2021.com, Creative Team Entertainment at gmail.com. A couple of shouts out. Like I said, I finished my script for my Family Matters fan fiction. Let me explain this again. The show Family Matters ended in 1998. The last episode was crap, in my opinion. It didn't give me any closure for any of the characters. It felt rushed. It didn't tell me what happened to the character Judy, Aunt Rachel, any of that stuff. So I have created a fan fiction final episode. It will be set modern day time, 2024. So it is what the characters are doing nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So I think Eddie was like 19 or 20 when the show, and the character Eddie Winslow was like 19 or 20. So that was 26 years ago. So 26, that'd be 48. He'll be 48 in my fan fiction. So what is he doing now? What is Steve and the rest of them? What happened to Judy? Where was she at? What happened to Aunt Rachel? Why did she leave and come back in the next to the last episode or something like that? Okay. So I'm going to explain all of that. What happened to all of them? So I finished the script. I am doing the AI art and we're going to do the voiceovers. If you want to be a part of it, let me know. Check out my book. Let me put this up here. Blackjack and the Beanstalk. It's about a former police detective turned conspiracy theorist. He works now at an advertising firm, and a lot of his conspiracy theories and his spiritual natures and stuff, like him not wearing a suit around the office, not using deodorant, being all natural, is causing problems between him and his job and his wife. And they said it's all probably coming from this mysterious figure in the neighborhood called the Beanstalk. You can see him right between these two individuals. He's a tall, slender Snoop Dogg type character. Nobody knows if he actually exists, but Blackjack says he talks to him all the time. He's a person of interest with the police department, and this is actually causing problems between Blackjack and his friend who still works at the police department, which he went to the what do you call that? The police academy with. So And this is a modern day telling of Jack and the Beanstalk. There's no ogres, and well, you're reading the book, but it's no magical stuff. There's no magic beans. There is a magic beanie cap. So I want you guys to check that out. Also, I just talked about this. Check out my book, Planet Furball and the Heretic Kitten. It's about a planet, a left continent and a right continent. It's a planet of cats and rats. Cats are the majority race on that planet. The rats are the minority race. The minority race is seen as being inferior and stuff like that. And the cats use their religion of Gato, Gato-ism, as the reason why they're the dominant race on the planets. And they give a whole backstory as to how that religion came to be about. The young lady's name is Keisha, and she's extremely intelligent, and she doesn't have a chance to showcase it. And her and Nitro, which is the name of the cat right there, they're in love with each other, but they can't show their love. It's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet type thing. So how are they going to handle this? Read my book, Planet Furball and the Heretic Kitten. Let's see. Check out my girl Monique Silver. Her book is called, where is it? Untold Lies of a Silent Heart, Monique Silver. Check it out. It is available on Amazon. I own my books, Planet Furball and the Heretic Kitten and Blackjack and the Beanstalk. It is available on Amazon. Okay, both of those. So is Monique's book, Untold Lies of a Silent Heart. You can check that out on Amazon. Also, my homie, where is he at? Jeffrey, my homie Jeffrey. When Happiness Spreads. His book is also available on Amazon. Check it out when you can. A lot of mysticism and stuff in this book. It's a great story. Oh, Monique's book, Untold Lies of a Silent Heart. If you like stuff like Tyler Perry type stories, black drama stuff, you'll definitely love her book. Let me see. Anything else on here? Okay. Let me see. We got those two books. My boy David. Everest Production on YouTube, The Juice Weezer. They do a lot of fan fiction and a lot of stuff. From what I was told, he was looking for a Catwoman or something. No comments. He was looking for a woman to do the voice of Catwoman for his productions. Check out The Juice Weezer on YouTube. Everest Productions. Okay. I mentioned this before. My girl Lovatia. Look up the Lovatia Experience. She does sex positive podcasting. She talks about a lot of stuff with sex. She sells all natural products. Wonderful individual. She loves the animals. She's an animal rights activist. Just an all. I was talking about spirituality and stuff. She's truly a spiritual and positive individual. Very sweet, very energetic. Please check out her podcast, The Love of Tea Experience, on several different platforms. Check out my boy Barrington Marson, abiding on the app Tubi, or whatever you call that. You guys have heard of Tubi. And a lot of their productions are less quality, but his is absolutely amazing. His production, Abiding, is about a former assassin who, let's just say his past catches up to him. And he has a family now, but his family catches up, his past catches up to him. And that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to give out any plot holes or anything, or any spoilers. Again, flavoring your podcast. I want to start doing that again, where I have like 14 different game systems all the way back from the Magnavox Odyssey. I have Atari 2600, 7800. I have a ColecoVision somewhere around here. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. I have this emulator to where you can play all these old school arcade games, the Simpsons, the Superman arcade game, all the ones. If you're from Clarksdale, you remember Magic Castle Arcade. Every single game that was in there, I have on this emulator. I can play them live if you would like me to. Of course, the name of this podcast is the KillaKrane Speaks On. Once again, let me just put that up there. Where is it? I got to get more organized, but okay. The KillaKrane Speaks On is the name of this podcast. However, the name of my production company is KillaKrane Productions. So I do have a website, but I hardly ever even update it. Most of my stuff I put either on Facebook or YouTube. So if you go on YouTube, you can see all of my videos. Look for it under KillaKrane Productions. That's KillaKrane Productions. If you want to email me, if you want to be part of the Family Matters reboot, it's not a reboot. Sorry, please scratch that. The Family Matters last episode. I'm also doing a Star Wars, how I would think that a Star Wars and Star Trek movie would go. I'm doing some other productions. But if you have an idea that you want me to produce, email me at KillaKraneProductions@gmail.com. That's KillaKrane Productions@gmail.com. I am on Instagram under Vinaris KillaKrane Productions. That's my first name, Vinaris KillaKrane Productions. You can catch me on TikTok. I'm going to start. That's part of the reason why I'm creating a lot of creative content. And TikTok is the real reason. I know they're I think they're thinking about doing away with TikTok. And I'm a Johnny come lately, but I'm still going to try it. So on TikTok, it is Vinaris bin Vinaris. That's my name twice with being in the middle of it. So my TikTok name is Vinaris BeingVinaris. Of course, you can catch me on Facebook, the KillaKrane Speaks On podcast. Also, like I said, I have a page on Facebook. Look it up. It's the same name as my YouTube channel. That's KillaKrane Productions. Okay? That is the name of it. So look me up on either one, on YouTube, Facebook. I preferably YouTube, where you can watch my video, and Facebook, to go to that Facebook page. I usually hold off my personal page for people who I know, but hit me up on the KillaKrane Productions Facebook page. Guys, it has been a wonderful 2024. I appreciate everybody who has joined. And I know I'm going to start naming people and I'm going to leave somebody off. My boy David, I appreciate you. Daryl, people like Daryl, and who was it? There's so many people that have watched my podcast and commented. My homie Marzell Paler, of course, the L Dog, Lamar Hicks. I really appreciate him for being on damn near every podcast that he could. He's handling family business right now, so he could not be on this last podcast. There's several other individuals. My boy John Doe. I don't know if he wants me to say his real name, but every time he's been on my podcast, he goes by the name John Doe. So I'm going to respect that. I mean, there's been some other people that have been on it, like my daughter's friends, my daughter Vinara, Vinara, Scott. And there's guys, forgive me. And if you could just leave a comment and say, hey, could you give me a shout out? I will more than likely do that. Guys, it has been great. Happy New Year. I already said Merry Christmas to everybody. Now Christmas is over. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. If I can help you achieve your goals, let me know. I will read your books. You know what I'm saying? I will help you create your books. We can work together. Okay. If you have a short film that you're working on and you need me to set a budget or make a script, I'll write a script for you. You know what I'm saying? Let's collaborate together. Okay. We need to collaborate this year, 2025. Okay. I wish everybody a wonderful 2025. You will not see, this is not the end of the KillaKrane, okay? Not even this podcast. It's just doing it more sporadically. But I'm just saying it like this because this is the last weekly podcast. And I will do a lot more creative content. Okay. Thank you guys. I appreciate those who are watching currently. I appreciate those who will be watching in the future once I post this. And you guys have a great day and a great 2025. Take care, guys.